want to learn from my mistakes. I want to give back what I take. I want to be there for my friends. I want to always make amends. I want to live like that. I want to laugh right out loud. I want to make my mama proud. I want to have the strength to cry. I want to always wonder why. I want to live like that. I want to live that way. I don't want to be afraid. I want to love like that every day. Ooh. I want to live like that. I want to be heard when I pray. I want to slow dance in the rain. I want to love and be loved back. Lose my way without a map. I want to live like that. I want to walk where things grow wild. I want to see my baby smile. I want to grow up gracefully. Gather shells beside the sea. I want to live like that. I want to live that way. I don't want to be afraid. I want to love like that every day. Ooh. I want to live like that. Good morning. Please stand for our first two opening songs. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. In the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome.
In the beginning was the one presence of the undivided and unmanifest pure spirit of life, light, and love. In its generosity, it shared itself, its consciousness, and its love in the visible form of creation. We acknowledge this presence within us and as us. The creative energy of the divine feminine and masculine expressing in all our giftedness and creativity. We acknowledge this in our companion Mother Earth and all sentient beings. This universal presence in everything we call the Christ. We light this candle as a visible reminder of the Christ's presence expressing in, as, and through us in this present moment. It is the truth. Let us own it. I want to welcome you today to Unity of Bellingham. My name is Sherry Humes, and I'm your platform assistant. And today we have Andrew Ashmore as our guest speaker, and so we'll be hearing from Andrew today. I want to welcome anyone who is here for the first time. Everyone is welcome here, no matter where you are and where you come from. If you're online, thank you so much for being here with us today. And everyone who's sitting in the seats today, thank you for coming in on this beautiful summer day. Our guest musician today is our beloved J.P. Falcon Grady. And our musical team is Marcia and Debra. So thank you. All right. Let's see. Let's take a moment to greet everyone. So if you want to just stay in your seat and say hi and greet your friends around you and take a moment to say hello. Okay. Okay, thank you. I want to share that at Unity, we are a joyful, evolving spiritual community committed to spiritual practices, compassionate service, and living on purpose. And that's our mission. So we are grateful for that. Next, I'm going to share with you our 5 principles. So if you want to get yourself centered as we prepare to say that together. So let's take our first nice deep breath together for this morning. Breathe in. God is good and present in all things. The holiness of God is my own true nature. I am creating my experiences by how I think. My thinking is guided by my daily affirmative prayers and affirmative actions. I follow and am sustained by these values in every way, every day, and so it is. We're going to now prepare for a time of prayer and meditation, and we'll be led into that with Pour Yourself in Me.
Shine your light into my heart. Whoa, wonderful Spirit, sing your song in me. Sing your song into my heart. Whoa, wonderful Spirit, pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Whoa, wonderful Spirit. Whoa, wonderful Spirit. Whoa, wonderful Spirit.
Let us join together in prayer. Let your eyes close or allow your vision to soften. We live in a world of light. We ourselves are sparks of light. Feel the rise of spirit within. Feel the flow and the order that is always present. As we're gathered together in prayer, we affirm we are one with life, one with spirit, our true nature. Listen to life and you will hear the calling. Our true nature is love, joy, creativity. Be as a child in spirit. The impress of God, of spirit divine, shines in every cell of your body, in all living creatures. Life and creation is infinite. Know in your heart, spirit loves you for who you are. Prayer is a tool to commune with God, to partner in creation. Who do you love and care for? Let's take a moment to pray for others or situations that you would like to send the light and love of God, to send love and blessings to those who you feel are in need. So you can say that quietly within yourself or in strength, call it out, but know that it is heard and it is answered. Amen. Amen. Now, as we continue and with this time of quiet and continue, you can continue. Please continue with your own prayer. Begin to breathe in several cycles as we deepen into meditation. Calm your body and quiet your thoughts. Follow your breath. Right here, right now, is a beautiful moment to deepen into silence and find the soft, easy feeling of aligning within your body. Here and now, feel the alignment with your body, relaxing. You feel the connection with each cell of your body. In this quiet, relaxed moment is when you are aligned, blended with spirit. You are at ease. Breathe in the fullness of life. Breathe in the fullness of Spirit Divine. As you commune with Spirit, be free as a child of God that you are to play. Spirit loves to play. Spirit loves to create. In this quiet space and time, feel the expression and expansion of your creativity, your imagination. Breathe in. Awaken your fullness, the presence with the one power that lives in and through you. Choose and see and feel the truth. With inner eye open, heart receptive, the one presence and one power, Spirit Divine, lives and breathes through you in all living things. Breathing in together as one, we join in the symphony, the rhythm of life. Allow the possibility of new reality within your own body. Grounded in spirit, all is possible. Allow the possibility of a new reality within your family, within your finances or relationships. Grounded in spirit, all is possible. Breathe in. With inner eye open and heart receptive, the one presence and one power, Spirit Divine, lives and creates with you. As you go through this day, your week ahead, find quiet moments to connect, ground, blend with spirit. Feel the connection with an energy so sweet, so divine, that waits to create with you, through you. and so it is. Amen.
Morning. Ok, sono tape. I speak to you like the old ways, soft and in your ear, as if you're floating. I like the sound of your voice in the round. It's calming me down, lifting me up through the clouds. I go floating way out loud, feeling you born in. I'm like the wind, it's pulling me down. I'm not falling, I'm not fading, I'm floating away. I'm feeling low and it's getting me down. I feel your film. It's pulling me closer, making me feel like I'm all in, calling your name, calling your name, lifting me up through the clouds. I go floating all around. I like the sound of your voice in the round. It's calming me down. I'm not falling, I'm not fading, I'm floating away.
Well, thank you, JP. Oh, that was great. It's almost like we can float away now, right? After the meditation. And then JP's song. Well, good morning, Bellingham Unity.
Good morning.
It's great to be here. Good day out. And hello to our online audience. Usually, Deidre and I live in La Conner, so usually when I'm watching, I see all the backs of the heads. So now it's nice to see the happy, smiling faces in the front. So, and a shout out to Frank, too. He and Diane are out celebrating their 32nd wedding anniversary this weekend. Yeah. So, I'm sure they're having fun in the sun, wherever they are. So earlier this week, I read a little story about a New Thought minister who was very fond of saying that people spend more time picking out the produce in the supermarket, or picking out things in the supermarket, than they do picking out what they're going to think. In the sense, we'll spend time thumping on a watermelon, right? Or squeezing an avocado or a peach. But so often, we'll get a phone call, or we'll talk to somebody, or an unexpected bill comes in the mail, and boom, a thought comes right in. We'll spend a lot of time researching, to buy a car or to go traveling. But so often, we'll get in some circumstance, we'll go into a doctor's office, and we'll come out, and it's like, boom, something will be said, and it booms. So how important are thoughts? If you think about it, the food, the watermelon, the avocado, it feeds our physical body, which doesn't last forever, right? That lasts. But how long, our thoughts are feeding our spiritual bodies, and how long do they last? Go on forever. So it's like thoughts are very important. And we read this morning, in the 5 principles, the third principle, I am creating my experiences by how I think and feel, but it's what my thoughts are. So this morning I'm going to be talking about prayer. But that has to do with thoughts, because aren't all thoughts in a way prayer? What we're thinking is what we're praying. And so I was introduced many years ago to a gentleman by the name of Alan Cohen, who you've probably heard of. He's wrote probably over 25 books, I think something like 28. One of them was The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore. That was one of his early books. And the book I'm going to draw heavily on today is Handle with Prayer. Now, normally when I mention a book, I'd usually hold it up and show you, but times have changed, haven't they? So now if I'm going to hold you up and show you a book, there's the book. So, anyway. But in Handle with Prayer, he starts off with 2 principles, which we here in Unity go right along with. He says to think is to create, and that all thoughts create according to their kind. How we think is going to manifest in some way in our lives, in our experience. And we know that thoughts are important. But we have to really remember that every thought is a prayer. And so he talks about a prayer ladder, that there's a ladder of prayer. And on the lowest rung, he says, is worry, which isn't surprising. He almost calls that, he says that's reverse prayer. In a sense, it's really taking us farther from where we want to go when we're worrying. But the thing is, we want to move up the prayer ladder if we can. But there's nothing wrong on this prayer ladder, whatever rung we're on, because we'll go up and down the prayer ladder over time, right? And so there's no blame, no shame. It's just being aware of where we're at and what we're thinking, being conscious, the mindfulness, being here now, thinking. Because Esther Hicks in the movie The Secret, which was out, I don't know, quite some time ago, she says, what you become is not what happens to you, it's a result of how you think about what happens to you. What you become is not what happens to you, it's what you think about what happens to you. But so often worry, and we might be worried for another person, and quite often worry there's no substance to it. It's just something we're projecting ahead. So there's the story of Tommy. And so little Tommy, he's in grade school, and he's out in the yard, and he's playing with his bat and his ball, and his father's watching him. And so he throws up the ball, and he swings, and he misses the ball by a mile. I mean, not even close. So he does it again, throws up the ball, takes a big swing, and he misses. And so he keeps doing that and doing that. And his father gets kind of worried. He says, he's kind of concerned for Tommy's self-esteem, how, what's going on with Tommy, and the dad's all getting worked up. So finally he walks out and, puts his hand on his shoulder and says, Tommy, I just don't think you're going to be a very good hitter. And so Tommy looks up to him and says, hitting? I don't want to be a hitter. I want to be the world's greatest pitcher. So it's all in perception, isn't it? Tommy wasn't worried. He was doing great. He was pitching really good. So, well, the next rung on the ladder is divine discontent. So, and again, Esther Hicks, this is through she channels Abraham. She says, the blessing of getting what you do not want is that it reminds you of what you do want. So the blessing of getting what you do not want is that it reminds you of what you do want. So that discontent, not having what we, feeling, the feeling that this can't be it. That's actually a very powerful form of prayer. That this can't be it. There's got to be more. And it's really the call of your soul urging you to return to your own path and purpose. What is my path? What is mine to do? What am I being called to do? And it's that if I'm discontented in a situation, it's okay, where do I need to go? It's kind of like a guidepost in a sense. But positive thinking, and we like positive thinking here in Unity, right? But positive thinking does not mean making believe something is not serving you when it isn't. So, we can think all the positive thoughts you want, but if something isn't serving us, whether it's a situation or an event, it's like, okay, realizing, okay, that's not serving me, and that's that divine discontent. Positive thinking means finding the good in all experiences, but including the ones that guide you away from repeating them. So, that's... So divine discontent, if you feel must be more, then there is more. It's just a matter of finding it. And then finally, Alan Cohen says in the book, what is appalling is not what people ask for. What is appalling is what you settle for. And I was talking to my wife Deidre about that, about settling. And I was trying to come up with a good story of settling and what. And we wrestled around a little bit. And finally, what I came up with was our screen door. And so what happened, we moved into a house that was new to us in February. And so the old screen door was broken, basically. It wasn't functional. So I had a workman come out. He got a new screen door and fixed it all up. But he said, there's some issues here. He says, because we don't have a standard screen door. Most screen doors are 80 inches or something. He says, well, this is 81, so it's a different size, and it's also thinner. So he says, I'll do the best I can. So anyway, he spent a lot of time getting the screen door. It works some of the time. It sticks. And I wasn't, it was bugging me a bit, but I could, get it open. But we had some guests over recently, and as I'm talking to my wife about what it would sell for, she expressed to me how unhappy she was with the screen door. So we're not settling for the screen door that we currently have. She says, we got that right. So the next rung on the ladder is the call for help. And so all calls are prayers too. And Alan Cohen says asking for help is an affirmation that you believe in yourself, that you recognize an answer is available, and that you are open to receiving it. So it's an affirmation when you ask for something, it's you're believing in yourself and that the answer is available. But so often, what stops us from asking? Well, maybe a little bit of fear behind it. I won't get my prayer answered. I won't, I'll get rejected, let's say. But the feeling of fear is your sign to Spirit that, you need help, in a sense. That fear is a signal that you have forgotten that divine order is present. Divine order is always present. Do we know that? And what is it? There's a saying that my good is always here now. Or, things will always work out for me. But the thing to do is ask first for peace. No matter what the situation, affirm peace. Because once we have peace, then we are able to see the bigger picture. Then I'll be able to affect a practical solution. So we're talking about the call for prayer, but then the next rung on the ladder, we've gone through, what have we started with? We started with worry, divine discontent, call for help. Now it's asking for things. We're asking for things. It's almost like the prayer of petition in a way. But Ellen says that praying for things gives us the opportunity, again, to affirm our worthiness, that we're worthy. And perhaps the most important benefit of praying for things is that it builds your muscles of faith in manifestation. And we know we can manifest. We have faith. And sometimes you must ask for things if you need them. So if not having something distracts you from the peace and presence of God, then we need to take care of business so you can keep your mind and heart in God, in that peace and presence. And there's a Gandhi quote that says, "You cannot teach a starving man about God. First, you must feed his stomach." And then Reverend Ike, I don't know if you're familiar with Reverend Ike, but this is years ago, he was a prosperity minister. But he said, it's much easier to think about God when I've got all my bills paid. Isn't that the case? Yeah, that's the truth, isn't it? But next we go on the ladder. The next rung on the ladder is visioning. Having that vision. And Alan says that at a certain point you must quit asking and start knowing. And what the knowing is knowing what your vision is, what you're looking for. Whether, it's having that vision. He says that having spiritual vision is the key to heal any condition and solve any problem. To see the perfection, the perfect end product. So that could be health, but it could be just going on a trip. Visualizing a trip. Like Deidre and I are planning a trip to Scotland, and so I've got to, visualize. Okay, where do I want to go to catch the plane, or take a train, or where we're going to stay? And so it's planning all that out, like visioning ahead in a sense. But it's keeping our thoughts pointed in the direction of what we want to create. And then we have to trust in God, trust in the universe to help us in that experience. Because it's so easy. I haven't traveled that much by plane in the last few years, right? With COVID and all. Well, it's like looking at this and saying, okay, I'm reading the news and it says, oh, all these flights are being canceled, blah, blah, blah. And I want to go to Scotland. Well, I read in the airport about all these, or reading in the news about all these flights being canceled in Heathrow Airport in England. And so, well, do I want to fly through Heathrow? But I get all worked up, and am I going to allow enough time between flights? But it's like, okay. Okay, otherwise, the monkey mind gets going. Isn't that easy? That's kind of the worry. So it's just slowing down. But it's holding the vision of what we want. But it's also being subject to change. So we're planning this trip, and we're going there. And so Deidre gets the idea. Okay, and I really like to, get it all set out. Okay, we're going to be here and here and here on this day and whatever. And so she texts her cousin down in Texas and says, "Oh, we're going to Scotland. Wouldn't it be fun if you would come along?" And my first reaction to everything quite often is no. But she'll say she'll say that's my basic assumption is no. But I've learned to say yes a little bit more. Like when Frank called, he said, "Would you like to speak?" I said, "Yes." I'm not sure if that was my first thought, but that's what I did say. But then her cousin calls back and asks for more information about the trip. What are we going to be doing? Where are we going? And they says, "Well, we've been thinking about going traveling too, and we've been thinking about Scotland." And so it's like, oh, okay, well, things, kind of adjust. And then just the other day, it was just a few days ago, she got a phone call from this friend of hers in Anacortes, who says, "Well, I'm going to be in Scotland almost the same time. Would you like to meet up in this one city?" And so we said, "Oh, okay." So but I've just got to stay centered, calm, keep the vision. What we're doing, we're there to have fun, aren't we? It's not about the journey of where I've got to be. Let God handle it. That's this. The thing is, if you've got problems, you don't tell God about your problem, about your big problem. You tell your problem that you've got a big God, right? So, but what's important in the visioning is having enthusiasm, which that's from the Greek word entheos, which means in God. But having that enthusiasm for whatever it is that you want to vision, what the outpicturing is. Because when you're enthusiastic, you're really linked to the divine. I mean, that's when we're enthusiastic, we're linked to that higher power, which I want to say out, but it's where is God? Within. The divine's within. And then affirmations are more powerful than requests, in a sense of affirmations assume you have a right to receive what you intend. So, and what we're doing there is we're moving up towards gratitude, having the gratitude, because we're getting into Thanksgiving. And that's really, that appreciation is one of the highest rungs on the ladder, having that appreciation, that gratitude, that feeling of thanksgiving. Because when we're a little farther down, asking implies emptiness and need, but when we're thankful, that thankful implies fullness, wholeness, and fulfillment. Thank you, God, all my needs are met. So when we're in thanking mode, we're proceeding from the result, not from a need. So it's what we have. So it's thinking about what makes us happy. What do we love? Appreciation, Alan says, is the highest form of prayer. But it's more than a simple act. It's a consciousness to be maintained of that, of being appreciative, of that gratitude, holding it in our heart. Do this one meditation where I focus on the heart and just kind of breathing in and breathing out and feeling that gratitude. But Alan says that if we ever feel depressed or begin to pity ourselves, the fastest way to restore vitality is to go on an appreciation rampage. Write, speak, Mentally note anything that comes to mind that you're thankful for. Go on an appreciation rampage. It's a good idea. So we have our ladder of prayer. Started out with worry, moving up to divine discontent, calling for help, asking for things, visioning, and then an attitude of gratitude. But once we've climbed the ladder, we're at what Alan calls the golden silence. And Herman Melville, who wrote Moby Dick, says the only true voice of God is silence. Alan talks about his friend Jerry, who was attending a contemplative retreat in Assisi, Italy. And that's the home of St. Francis. And one of the rules there, it says, do not speak unless what you have to say is more powerful than the silence. Oh, isn't that powerful? So prayer is talking to God, but meditation or being in the silence is listening to God. To reach out to God, it's one of our highest potentials as a human being. Reach out, but reach in also. Look within, reach within. So to reach out is one of our highest potentials, but to hear the voice of God is the hallmark of our divinity. And that was Charles Fillmore, who's the co-founder of Unity. I always loved this story about him, because Myrtle went to the lecture by E.B. Weeks. I'm sure you've heard this story about she heard that I'm a child of God and I do not inherit sickness. And then she went and blessed blessed her body and the different parts and just apologized and kept blessing and blessing. And Charles saw Myrtle change. And he says, well, if she's doing something, I'm going to find out what's going to go on, and I'm going to go to headquarters to find out. So basically, he just sat down in a chair and went into the silence. He went to headquarters. So, but Alan says, people recognize you not by the words that you're saying, but by the music your soul is playing. Isn't that nice? They recognize you not by the words you're saying, but the music your soul is playing. So rather than praying to God, we want to establish our being in God. Knowing that not only is the kingdom of heaven within, but the kingdom of heaven is you. All of us. We're the kingdom. Kingdom and the queendom. Okay, I've better remember that. The old language, right? So the divine is within you, the divine is within all of us. And the thought we have, the thoughts we have are sacred because they are a prayer. And so if indeed we have divine thoughts, then let's spend as much time, and I'm concluding with this, let's spend as much time picking out our thoughts as we do about picking out the produce when we go to the grocery store. So, have a great week. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. I'm thinking about turning on the music of my soul, the music of me, and that's when I would be in the flow. So that's a good catch for me, and I appreciate that very much. This is our time for offering to establish and feel and let flow the abundance of who we are in this world. And let us say our offertory blessing together. I give freely and joyfully, for God is my source, and I have abundance in all areas of my life. And our blessing is Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
Yeah, the first song I played for you was actually called Floating, so it's funny that you mentioned that, give you that sensation. And as I started off the song, I spoke really softly, and that's how the elders used to speak to the youth, to the children. And it wasn't, let's get them in a circle, and then we'd speak to them like this as we talk. No, they'd get in close and talk to them soft so that they could hear and feel every word. And they'd speak to them, look at them in the eye, and make sure they weren't talking too fast. Because words can be harsh if you speak loudly, and young ears don't accept it like that. When you stand there, and if you're with your grandchildren, you turn them away from you and you face them out, and as you talk to them, and their head's right here, you'll feel them fall into your body and just be so much part of you, and that rumble and that lowness in your voice. It's comfort. I grew up with that. My uncles and my aunts were always so loving and endearing. So he mentioned also that they're off on a anniversary. This week I'm going to be heading over to Idaho to play for my aunt and uncle for their anniversary. So, and I wanted to share this with you guys because it's a pretty song here. It's a song by Alabama. And the name of the song is Forever's As Far As I'll Go. So please enjoy. I'll admit I could feel it the first time that we touched. The look in your eyes said you felt as much. But I'm not a man who falls too easily. It's best that you where you stand with me. I will give you my heart, faithful and true, all the love it can hold. That's all I can do. I've thought about how long I'll love you, and it's only fair that you know forever's as far as I'll go. When there's age around my eyes, grays in your hair, only takes one touch to recall the love we share. I won't take for granted, you know my love is true. each night in your arms, I'll whisper to you, and I will give you my heart, faithful and true, all the love it can hold. That's all I can do. I've thought about how long I'll love you, and it's only fair that you know forever's as far as I'll go. Forever's as far as I'll go.
It'll be a great anniversary. Of course, we're having an anniversary here next week, right? 2 weeks. Okay, I knew it's coming up because I was here for the 30th. Back 31 years ago, I think, roughly. Okay. Okay, we bless these gifts, just knowing that they go forth to do the will and the work of God and to fulfill the vision of this church. And they go out and spread love and light through this community and through the world and through the universe. And for that we say, thank you, God. Amen.
As we've come to the end of our service, we have, no, we don't have another song. Do we have another song? We do have another song. Okay. So, why don't you lead us in that other song?
Please stand. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by. It's in every one of us to be free. Find yourself, be all that you can be. We can all be anything without ever knowing how. It's in every one of us here and now. It's in every one of us here and
One of my favorites. So let's together say our prayer of protection, and we do include everyone everywhere. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. So we're going to sing our last song together, I Choose Love. Let's stay where we are. We can hold our hands out and send that love to all. So, Marcia.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one.